Hey guys, so this is another first impressions video, and this time around is for Cherno Belo. And apparently in Russian that means dark and light, light and dark. I don't know. But that's pretty cool, pretty awesome, because look at this. This is the very first hero that she actually changes colors. We up until this time we always had heroes that actually change colors from the enemy, but this time around, yeah, this really happened. So this is really unexpected, really original. I really like this for sure. But let's talk about her skill real quick. Average speed, usually pretty good. Deals 600% normal attack damage to the target and nearby enemies for 3 hits. Not bad. When Cherno and Belo are yellow, their skills deal 300% extra damage to yellow target. So if they're gonna be yellow, they're not gonna do as much damage. Obviously, it's gonna be like cut to by 50%. But they are going to do this extra damage, trying to make up for this. But don't worry, your team is going to be usually going to be purple for sure. And that's not going to be such a problem. And has a 25% chance to revive the first defeated ally from the left to right, 50% for purple allies. So this is the exact same ability from every single revival hero we've had in the game. Their respective color gets extra percentage of being revived here. Refreshing their awaken effect and restoring 50% max HP and mana for the ally. So remember that any hero that you actually revive and has an ability to actually be immortal, that's going to be reset and you're going to be able to do it again. However, all revival heroes, a reminder, you can only revive the same hero twice. So that's pretty much it. So do take that into account. Converts Cherno and Belo to yellow and guides them into the Dark Light realm for 5 turns. This is super important. Dark Light realm reduces damage taken from stronger elements by 30%. So at first glance, I saw a lot of comments from my guys speaking on the video that I made for the sneak peek. And they say, oh, this is not powerful, whatever. But in this meta, this is powerful. Because everything is a stronger element right now with the red team. So this means that if this is activated and Gillian uses her souling thing and turns you into green, you're going to take 30% less damage. So that is like countering one of the awakenings for Gillian, for actually doing extra damage to stronger elements in this case. So this is actually protection against being murdered by red teams right out the bat. So yeah, this is relevant. Maybe in the past it wasn't relevant, but in this meta, it is going to be very relevant to actually survive in this situation. I'm going to talk about more about that a little later. Passive, when an ally casts a skill, restores 10% mana for Cherno Belo. I mean, this is icing on the cake. 10%. So in other words, if you have your entire team full with mana, in this case you're gonna get 40% mana restored to her, and she's already average speed. So this is a very powerful passive, because when you're playing a hero that is realm and is team realm, you want them to go off as much as possible 24/7 all the time, and this is going to help you all a lot. Oh my god, this hero with an Antia team and getting mana from yeah, this is going to be pretty crazy, guys. I'm sorry if you think she's weak. Yeah, whatever. Anyhow, let's talk about her awakenings real quick. Awakening +1. When battle begins, guides all allies into the Dark Light realm for 5 turns. Enhanced Dark Light realm. When matching purple Naya stones, restores 10 extra mana for Cherno and Belo when they are yellow. So this is really useful, actually. It's not going to give mana to your purples, but giving her 10 being average speed is high, so she is going to have extra mana for sure on these things. So very powerful stuff, guys. Very cool as well. And remember, you really need this for sure if you're playing a realm hero. +2 is the usual 10%. The +3 restores 100% max HP, unaffected by reduced healing effects, and becomes immune to death for 3 turns when taking Fatal Blow. Takes effect 1 time per battle. Enhanced Dark Light realm. Every 10 Naya Stone's match. Shields all allies for 10% of HP for 5 turns. Triggers up to 2 times. So this ability slapped on. I mean, we've seen this immortality thing over and over again. So this is really powerful, of course. Nothing to take this away. However, this one specifically is pretty much the ability for Malford. Adding this to a purple hero, so this is going to be very useful, very powerful. The first thing I'm thinking is actually putting this on a team that there's a Damon team with a Malford and adding this as well. That's going to be on top of that. So that is really freaking powerful in my opinion. Adding, so in other words, revival, you're actually adding realm, protection, and on top of that, shields. So that's really powerful stuff, guys, for sure. The +4 is the same as the +2. And the +5 increases chance of reviving purple allies by 100% and restores 50% extra mana for them upon successful revival. So some people have been complaining that the +5 is not as powerful, and I did see the post about that. However, you have to understand we're getting 2 here on the +3 and 1 at the +5, so it may seem like it's more boring. Let me check the other revival hero so I can explain what I'm talking about here. So for Emir has 1. Which is 30% shield power received. Yes, that's just 1. And a +5, they add the first one and then the second one and so forth. So there's 2 here, but only 1 here. So for some reason they decided to add that apparently as a gift. I think it's a gift. Let's talk Raphael. She has only 1, and they add 2 on in the +5. So let me check one more, which is this guy here. They add only 1 again, and just the revival thing. There's an excellent example because they add the revival him here on the +3, while in Belno we actually have her that and another ability, and then they add. Imagine if they put this ability here for immune to debuffs and in the +3. That's what they actually did with Cherno Belo. This is the 2 names there. I don't have her yet, but I may decide to get her for the reasons I'm going to speak to you here. I just want to see the actual heroes that we're actually going to get as the additional ones to actually summon. So I was saying Cherno here is having two abilities here. And only 1 here. So in other words, they're trying to say, okay, I'm going to give you an extra ability here in the +3, so you don't have to like go crazy and go to the +5. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. If they only put the awakening, the awakening here for the restore 100% mass HP, and then the you know what I'm talking about. So they try to do good here, guys. So if you get the +3 and you don't get the +5, that's nice. So I'm cool with that. If people don't have to like break the bank to make a hero amazing, I'm good with that. So yeah, in this case I'm for this. So anyhow, even though this is not as attractive as the other ones, this ability, if you use revival heroes, you understand that when the hero goes off, you want them to revive your hero 100% all the time, 24/7, until they are not able to do it after 2, whatever. But yeah, you're gonna want this for sure, but it's not gonna be so critical because you will have all the other bells and whistles in the +3. But you're gonna want the +5 for sure, because yeah, one of the most annoying things ever is one of your heroes dies, and you go off and it's not reviving. Yeah, I've had that experience. So yeah, you don't want that. So you're definitely gonna want the +5 for sure, guys, in the future. So now, my God, so much explaining there. So let's take her to a spin real quick here, so I can explain a few things here. Let's make this a little faster. Activating here. So obviously they're showing this. So imagine that you only have like 50% to get this guy and you activate this, and you're not reviving, but you want it to revive every single time. So that is a really powerful +5 for sure. So right then and there, you're able to see that she is turned yellow, and it's for 5 freaking turns. So when you activate purple stones, it is going to give her mana, as I'm showing here. So don't worry about her, not doing her thing. So you're really gonna need her +1 in that case. If you're playing at +0, she's not gonna gain as much mana there. I'm pretty sure she doesn't get mana. Pretty sure. Because I saw somebody complaining that she didn't gain mana from the purples. But every single realm hero in the entire freaking game needs her +1, and she is no different. If you're gonna summon her, make sure to try to get her to +1 for sure. So as you can see, activating stones give extra shields there, shielded, and of course all the other good stuff. So by the way, let me activate her first and show you how much mana she gains one hero activating. There you go. That is 10%, but but that actually accumulates in time in that situation. So round. So the thing is, let me let these guys attack me once. Let's see how much. Well, I think it's not really relevant because these things don't really show as much. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. She's pretty straightforward. She's not a really complicated hero. In that situation, she protects you, she revives, and she creates the realm protecting you in by 30% right off the bat. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Yeah, for some reason. But one thing that I did notice with all the videos that I've seen about her, she's not going to do a lot of damage. However, she will keep your team alive and will do lots of things. So, something that we definitely need to talk about is by turning yellow, does she reverse from the original color? For example, if she gets targeted by Gillian and she becomes green, if she survives, she should survive if she has her Roma, but if she survives by being green, does she turn yellow? And the answer is yes. So in that respect, she is a counter on herself of Gillian. So if you set her up to be targeted by Gillian's lifelink, I'm sorry, soul link, I keep saying lifelink, soul link, and she being turned green and she survives and she goes off again, she'll be yellow and she's not gonna be like more murdered by red for sure. So that's really important stuff, guys. Super important to know. That means that she is a pseudo counter to Gillian. As I said pseudo because the other hero that is soul linked is still gonna be green, but if they get killed, she's gonna revive them. And purple had a really hard time against red because of that, because one of them is dead, and yeah, that's pretty much game over because you're fighting 5 against 4 or 3 against 4. So yeah, very important stuff, guys. Now I do have some footage of her on the attack, and check this out, guys. Thank you very much for 70X for giving me a bunch of all these.
Of life. The circle of life and death is your sins are unforgivable. Fire leads us to eternity. Strength through unity. What a show. The circle of life and death is to go on.
Return to the origin of life. The circle of life and death.
What a show! Strength through unity!
Return to the origin of life.
Your sins are unforgivable! Your sins are unforgivable! Fire
The circle of life and death is
Your sins are unforgivable!
return to the origin of life. The circle of life and death.
What a show! Your sins are unforgivable!
The circle of life and death is
Feel the fury!
Strength through unity! What a show!
Can you go on?
What a show!
the circle of life and death is eternal.
Your sins are unforgivable!
Can you go on?
Your
The
sins are
circle of life and death. The circle of life and death
Can you go on?
Your sins
is the
are
circle of life and death.
Your strength are unforgivable!
Can you go on?
What a show!
The circle of life and death. The circle of life and death is eternal.
Your sins are unforgivable!
Can you go on?
Your sins are unforgivable! What a show! Your sins are unforgivable! What a show!
Can you go on?
Your sins are unforgivable!
The circle of life and death is eternal.
Can you go on?
Your sins are unforgivable! Your sins are unforgivable!
Can you go on?
Strength through unity!
The circle of life and death is eternal.
So yeah, guys, at the end you could see that at the very end, Damon was able to revive and give one more shot just to try to kill the guy in the end. So that's really powerful stuff. And of course, if you're gonna use her, for sure you're going to actually use her to eliminate enemy team realms, like for example, Agony for sure, and not a bunch of other Yuki. And one of the main things that I really like about adding an additional Team Realm hero is is that the thing is that you're able to actually use another purple team on your team. So this is good news for people that focus their resonance on purple specifically, because now you're able to use two teams in that situation. Because in this game, you need realm heroes, especially team realm heroes, to protect yourself against enemy realms in that situation. So if you're gonna use a second purple team and you don't have that, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. So most likely you already have Artemis, but then you have another purple team and it keeps losing over and over again. That is the reason why, because you don't have your team realm. And this is a really powerful realm hero for sure, that can actually help you out, and having that second team actually be successful. And I think a Damon team does perform very well with her, because they're going to be protected from enemy realms. They're going to receive shields, and they're going to take 30% less damage if it's an enemy color in that situation. And it happens a lot, not just in red as well, also versus yellow teams in that situation. So one more thing, just a little bug. There is a situation in which Cherno Belo becomes a hybrid. It becomes a purple and yellow at the same time, and that is when you pair her up with a hero that gives her immunity to stuns. So I'm gonna show you a clip real quick about that. It's pretty fun. Check it out.
The circle of life and death is eternal.
Your sins are unforgivable.
The circle of life and death is eternal.
Wonder show.
So yeah, that really happened. So that's pretty funny. But anyhow, in this situation, I already spoke to one of the admins, and they said they were going to fix that later on. But yeah, that is a little tidbit for her for sure. And her exclusive weapon, right off the bat, shields the wielder by 12%. For Cherno Belo, increases mana gain by an additional 14% of mass HP for 3 turns when 5 stones are matched. So this is clearly going to stack 3 times, guys. So 14, I haven't seen it in action. I haven't seen it yet. However, I'm sure that this is stacked, so this is going to be pretty awesome. So that's going to be add additional protection, additional mana gain from the original one that this hero is going to go off a lot. A lot, guys, for sure. Her abilities and this, she's going to go off a lot, for sure, guys. So, do I think that she needs another weapon? You can give her other weapons, like Raphael's weapon, as I also always recommend. She's going to go off a lot, so Percy's weapon is a good weapon for her, for sure, in this case. However, I think this is the best weapon for her, because out of all the shield weapons, this one gives her mana gain, and it does stack, so that's really freaking awesome, guys. And since it stats, if you get dispelled from an enemy, you activate some stones, and you're gonna get it again really quickly. So yeah, this is really powerful weapon for her, for sure, in this situation. It could be a good weapon for other heroes. I do have to check what is the match for this, because usually these weapons stacks 3 times, but there's some weapons that stack even more. So I really need to see this in action. But I do feel confident that this is gonna be a very good weapon for her, for sure. Now, do I think this is a must-have hero? Well, she is definitely a must-have hero. You may think that she's not very powerful, but you underestimating this hero a lot, guys, because she's bringing you realms, she's bringing you shields, she's bringing you abilities to be able to counter the most powerful teams in the entire freaking game by changing colors. I mean, yeah, she is definitely a must-have hero, and I'm definitely 100% must-have for anyone that wants to make a second purple team, or does not have Artemis, and they really need a really powerful realm hero next to their alias and things like that. on the left side. Please put her put Cherno on the left side of Alia, because she is going to go off a lot and she's going to give protection to your team, and they're probably going to have a bunch of shields, and it's going to be freaking annoying to take down because you're trying to destroy them, and you can because you're getting 30% additional protection. If you add this hero with an Arthur giving 30% less damage to by skill damage, and this as well, it's pretty much having like Raphael in the team. It's going to be 60% damage prevention, so that is really scary, guys, and probably going to need extra stacks to take down. So yeah, you're underestimating this hero by a lot, guys. Yeah, this hero is really powerful for sure. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please leave them in the comments and we'll talk about it. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.